What's going on, guys? So this is the first hitch that we've tested in the truck for a period of time. We towed the new trailer back with it using the 2 5/16 inch ball. This is the Fastway Flash Secure, which means it has the integrated lock for both the shank and the actual coupler end or the hitch head end. And this is really cool because essentially these stick out whenever you lock it in place. Makes it very, very, very difficult for someone to steal because there's no way you could put like a pry bar or anything on the end of any type of a locking pin. Super cool. I found it very easy to use, but at the same time, a little bit difficult at times to lock this one in place at the right indent you have right here. So, like the setup, I like the integration, I like how this all works. It worked really well. Didn't have any problems with it freezing up or any issues like that. And we used this through 2 freezes, not the kind of freezes you guys get. Didn't have salt or anything on it. But this thing is super cool and it's reviewed really well. You can see a little bit of wear right here from using it inside of the back receiver of the truck because there is some slop. I don't know if it's slop from a manufacturer of the hitch perspective or the shank, or if it's just the way that the opening in the back of the truck is, because it might just be a little bit too large, or there might be some slight differences between every 2-inch receiver that's on the back of pickup trucks. So this would definitely move quite a bit. Not so much so that somebody might say, you know, it's not worth having, let's return it. But there was definitely movement. You can see how that movement equated to some wearing here on the aluminum. One of the reasons why I am not a huge fan of aluminum hitches, but it is what it is. It performed well, did not fail, and I guess that's the key. And the hitch we'll be moving to for the next test is going to be the Waysafe Aero hitch. So this is really cool. Has 4 inches of adjustability. It's rated at like 12,500 pounds. It's got a pretty dang insane rating considering how small and compact it is. 1,500 pounds worth of tongue weight capacity. This thing is a beast. 2-inch ball, and to move to a 2 5/16 inch ball, you have to put this little clamshell around it, and it fits incredibly well. I mean, the tolerances there are perfect. There's like no movement there. It's really, really crazy. Anyways, this is what we'll have in the back of the truck for a while to do our testing with. I love the integrated scale on the side, which will make things easier. It comes with both the pins. So you have both the coupler pin as well as your shank pin, and this is a locking pin right here. So really nice. It's going to be a good setup, and I can't wait to test it out, especially with the scale right here, which is awesome. And again, the profile of this thing is super, super narrow, and it takes up hardly any space at all, and it's got, again, an insane rating amount, and only one single pin to pop in right here. So this is arguably going to be probably one of the easier hitches to use. I'll probably keep this in the back of the truck, and because you don't want to keep it on here if you're just driving down the road because it'll fall off. But yeah, we'll keep this in the back of the truck, and we'll keep this in the bed of the truck. But this will be the hitch that we're testing out now. So I have an interesting project today. It's actually a pretty simple project, and it makes a lot of sense if you hear me out on this one. So you guys hopefully have seen the videos I've put out on our brand new Texas Pride micro dump trailer. This thing is super cool. It is 6 feet wide, 10 feet long. It has 16-inch sidewalls. The over height of the deck here is only 36 inches, which means reaching into it is a breeze compared to my my bigger Texas Pride over there. That acts as the primary dump trailer out here that we put all the trash, all the debris, everything in. This one acts as essentially a smaller dump trailer that's easier for the half-ton truck we have to haul, easier for the tractor to haul, easier to see around whenever we're hauling it with the tractor, and it gives us a ton of flexibility to bring stuff to the main dump trailer, dump it out, and use it, as well as to drag stuff to the dump as well. So this gives us, as well as just use it as a general purpose dump trailer, and to do a lot of really good videos on towing with half-ton trucks near max capacity, because that was probably one of the biggest reasons why something like this makes sense. We can manipulate the load, we can put it where we want it to be in order to properly distribute the load to the truck and the trailer axles, and it's just the perfect setup for it. This is a trailer I've actually been wanting for a long time, and the folks over at Texas Pride really surprised me because I did not know that they were going to take this concept conversation that we had and turn it into an actual concept trailer. That said, today's video is about getting rid of this super light duty tongue jack. So the folks over at Texas Pride knew from the very beginning that I would probably want to put an electric tongue jack on, and specifically one that fit your standard 2-inch opening. So that's the reason why you see this tongue jack here. It's not because it's a bad tongue jack. It's actually rated at like 3,500 pounds, but it's certainly not the tongue jack that I wanted to keep in here. That said, right next to it is the tongue jack that I want to put in here, and that is this bad boy right here. This is the Ultra Fab. This is the Phoenix 5500, I believe. Yep, this thing has a 5,500 pound capacity, which means on this tiny cargo mate trailer I have, this actually has the ability to lift almost 2 times, actually almost 3 times the weight of this trailer fully loaded. So yeah, that is overkill. I put it on here because I had it and I didn't want to waste it. But I think it's going to make a lot more sense to move that one over here and then install another one that I have onto this trailer that has a lower capacity. Might not be as fast, doesn't have the memory features, but it's the trailer jack that I actually took off of the Surveyor. So the Surveyor got the faster version of this one, the 4000 series, which is insanely fast. I did a video on that. This trailer got the super heavy duty one, which it doesn't need. This trailer has a light duty one that I don't want on here. Plus the extension on this is much greater than the extension on this when fully extended. And then I have the tongue jack that came off the Surveyor, which is an electric tongue jack as well, and it's going to go on here. I have 3 tongue jacks I'm dealing with today. 2 of them will go on these trailers. Anyways, hope you enjoy the video. Hang tight, I'll be right back. Okay, all done. So let's see what we did here. So I have transferred the Ultra Fab Phoenix 5500 over to the dump trailer, which is more than adequate enough for the dump trailer. Give you kind of an idea. If I have over 5,500 pounds worth of capacity on this ball, I have serious problems going on the back of this trailer. So yeah, that looks really good. I might touch all this up with black. It's mounted really nice. It's super, super tall on here. Part of the reason is just because of how tall that channel section is right there, at least the 2 channels on top of each other. But yeah, this works really well. Now I have the ability to set memory heights on this. It has a nice LED light up front. Have it wired around through this hole right here and up through a hole that I expanded right there directly to the battery. I will probably put a breaker on it. Actually, there might be a breaker in here I could split off of. No, but I'll probably put a breaker on it. It's got a fuse on it already, but I think that's going to work out really well. Don't know what the distance from the tailgate is going to be when I'm hitched up, so that's going to be an interesting one. I may not be able to drop the tailgate down completely, but we'll check that out soon enough. Over here, so I have everything wired up. This is already in place. It's already bolted down, and it's very interesting to hear how this Ram electric tongue jack performs compared to the Ultra Fab. This thing just sounds super powerful the minute you start using it. Crazy. The motor head, though, appears to be about the same size, so there's not a lot of difference there, but this one sounds significantly different. I don't know if it's because it's a weaker jack overall. This one has a 3,500 pound capacity, which is actually more than I thought it would be, because the Surveyor doesn't need anywhere near that. So I just imagine they probably put the same one on all of the trailers. That way they don't have to, you know, source tons of different floor jacks or electric tongue jacks. It's got some nice LED lighting right there as well. But yeah, this one looks pretty good on here. Now, the foot plate here is a wider foot plate than the one that's on the Ultra Fab, but the Ultra Fab one is significantly thicker. And I actually swapped them. So I had the wider one on here, and I had it positioned where I had actually cut part of the tube off so it wouldn't extend down so far, because I was having problems with this one bottoming out when I'd go over certain angles. So I don't think I'm going to have that problem anymore, because this one can definitely retract further, or at least closer to the A-frame versus the one I have over here on my Texas Pride. But pretty cool overall. I mean, this is really cool. If you want to learn more about this trailer, you got to go back and watch the video reveal that we did over in Madisonville, Texas, where they invited me up. I knew I was going up there to view their museum and their racetrack. I did not know I was going to be given a trailer, so that is really cool. They spec'd this thing out according to a conversation that I had with their vice president of sales a year ago, where we were just kind of shooting the bull over lunch, and he said, you know what, JD, if you could build the perfect compact dump trailer, what would it be? And I guess part of this was just driven off of the success they had with folks who wanted that dump trailer after I spec'd that one out to them. But yeah, this is the accumulation of all of that feedback that I provided them, and this is what we got. Super, super cool. Go back and check that video out if you haven't had a chance. But I love this. I mean, one of the nice things of upgrading is sometimes it leaves you with a perfectly functional, perfectly reliable component that you can repurpose. In my case, you know, I had a tongue jack on here that was just way, way, way overkill for this trailer. It's fast. I like the fact that it is pretty fast, so that is really nice. But a more suitable application is this trailer, and it's going to work out perfectly for me. So Very, very happy with this install. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. I'll throw a link in the video description if this is a product you may be interested in. One thing to keep in mind, if you don't need the 5,500 pound lifting capacity this one has, then I would recommend getting the Phoenix 4000, because the 4000 looks identical to this one, except it is significantly faster than any electric tongue jack that's out there. That's what we have on the front of the Surveyor. I did a full video on that. I'll throw a link in the description of this video, but if you are tired of standing there waiting for your trailer to either raise up or lower down on your coupler, the 4000 series is the one that you want, and it has 4,000 pounds worth of lifting capacity, which I think is more than enough for just about every travel trailer that's out there. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again very soon.